Welcome to our Monday Night Raw review for May 12th, 2014. We are the Wrestling Marks and I am Giovanni.
And as always, I'm Alvin Alpha.
Alvin Alpha and Giovanni, just Giovanni. So today we're just gonna speak on our opinions on what occurred tonight on Monday Night Raw. Starting with what happened before the show with Damien Sandow. Did you watch the pre-show?
So no, I didn't. I didn't.
Well, I
So
guess I'll have to be talking about this. So, starting off with Damien Sandow, um, they're doing the pre-show. It's Josh Matthews, Booker T, Jimmy Hart, and Alex Riley. So they're talking about whatever the hell they're talking about. I really wasn't paying attention until Damien Sandow walks up with a WWE Network microphone. He's like, "Oh, can you guys hear me? Blah blah blah. Is this mic on?" So they respond, "Yeah, we can hear you." So he says, "Oh, I don't have to wear a superhero costume to be on this show, right?" Like referring to when he had to dress up as Magneto. So he's talking about that, and then he mentions something about I'm just gonna be ending up in a tag team with someone anyways. I think that's what he said. That's what I heard, unless I remember incorrectly. And when he said that, he continued to speak, but they cut his mic off. Josh Matthews told him. So Damien Sandow got right into the face of Josh Matthews so he can speak into Josh Matthews' microphone. He said, WWE is a public traded company. What are they afraid of what I'll say? And he continues to ask Josh Matthews, "Oh, are you afraid of me?" And he just says that and he walks off. And the whole panel just looks super confused. And within minutes, Damien Sandow tweets, "It was worth it." So everyone thinks, "Oh, this is a shoot promo, this is a pipe bomb, whatever you want to call it. It's out of character or whatever." However, WWE retweeted that, which
oh,
makes
so
which makes you think,
that is
is
worth.
this real or it's fake? But it is probably most likely not real, not like legitimately from Sandow.
Well, it could be a tweet to be like, "Hey, remember this tweet? This is the tweet that got you fired."
Well, as we saw, Damien Sandow was later in the show, so he wasn't fired that night, at least.
Well,
Um,
we'll
but
talk about
later
this.
on in the show, within maybe 2 hours into the show, he tweeted, "Well, after that, I guess my voice will be heard on Twitter exclusively."
Dude, really?
So, obviously, whether it was real or not, there were consequences to Damien Sandow for what he said, either in character or out of character. So that's really, really crazy because I honestly, personally like Damien Sandow, and I thought it was really cool for him to have a voice on where he stands in the WWE and not end up like every other guy who doesn't have a voice. So yeah, I just thought that was cool before the show started.
Oh, well, he was already a jobber, so you know, why not? YOLO. No, I'm
YOLO.
kidding. YOLO life.
YOLO
Okay,
life.
so after pre-show, we had the Shield come out, and then I believe it was Rollins talking the whole time, right?
No, they
And
actually
then, well,
all,
yeah,
yeah,
all of them. I
yeah,
didn't
they all
really hear. I
spoke.
guess.
It started with
Um,
Dean, Seth, and then Roman.
um, Seth. Well, Dean is always good, and then Seth is, he's all right. He's good, but Roman, um, he's getting better, but like, I think he needs work. But I can't really like blame anything on him because he just came to like wrestling in general. So you can't really like you know um can't really diss him much when he has no experience. So, but it seems like he's getting better. So I think that's good. So
Yeah. So they were all in the ring talking about evolution and talking about how they will hunt down evolution whenever they show up to the arena. So coincidentally, the Titantron shows a video of evolution pulling up in their limo, and they get out of the limo or whatever. Shield just dashes out of the ring and backstage. So we see Shield backstage fighting with
yeah.
Evolution. They get pulled
You know
apart.
what I liked? I liked where I don't know if you noticed this, but Seth Rollins automatically just jumped like in front of the camera and just like freaking at like the whole evolution. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, did you notice how
Oh god.
Batista was like not even selling it? Like
Batista's
he's just
reaction was horrible.
he was like, oh my face, and like Triple H was on the ground, like like I mean, it looked convincing, but for Batista, it's just like, you know, oh my head, mm.
Yeah,
And then
it was
you know,
horrible
it
because
was awful.
it was. It looked like he was. I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like just horrible acting, I guess. Which doesn't make sense because he's branching into acting. So
Yeah,
why the hell can't you even like sell a punch to the back? He's like leaned over on
like
this barrel like
uh,
it was.
just it's like he's just waiting to get out of there.
Yeah, he's like I'm
Like
not. I don't want
his
to waste my
acting's
time with
like
this.
his acting's like worse as like Brie Bella.
I mean, you
Um,
can't get any that much worse than
yes, that
Brie
oh my
Bella's.
god, Brie Bella is like so awful, but we'll talk about that later. Okay, so after that segment, we have Rob Van Dam versus Jack Swagger, and it was nothing. It was just so okay, Zeb and Swagger come out, and then they show their, what do they call it, the
Deportation
deportation
list.
list.
Yes.
Yeah, and he still has like all the people except for Renee Young, which I noticed.
Because why would
Um,
you want to deport Renee Young?
why would you want to deport Renee Young anywhere? Like, well, okay, so they removed Renee Young and they added, Adam
Adam
Rose to this,
Rose.
and that was basically it. Just showing that Adam Rose is added to the list of the deportation list, and then Rob Van Dam is in the ring. He's just staring there, and then right after when Zeb was done speaking, Adam Rose automatically comes out, and I think this is. I don't think this is working out that good, honestly. Especially since Michael Cole is just dancing like a freaking retard over by the announcer table. And then, Rob Van Dam attacks Jack Swagger and then hits the 5-star and 1, 2, 3, RVD wins. And that was basically it.
You said that you didn't like it, right?
Not really. It
I
was
liked it.
just, I mean, it was alright, but it was
Well,
just,
what I liked was when Rose was on the apron and Swagger tried to like throw a punch at him, and Adam Rose just immediately falls back into his crowd of partiers. I thought that was really cool, and then they just circle the ring with him to the front of the ring again, and then he gets down and they just start moving back. I was like, that's really cool. And then yeah, RVD gets an easy win, and then joins the Exotic Express for a second. So that was I thought
yeah.
that was cool. I actually look forward to an Adam Rose Jack Swagger feud if there is one to come.
But
Which
I feel like this still does nothing for Swagger. Like I feel like they always do something like this with Swagger. Like they throw like a guy at him, and then like Swagger just ends up losing. like for no reason, and then he goes on to the next guy, and he just keeps on losing. And that's yeah
Maybe he's still being punished for
for
hashtag we
weed,
the people.
weed the people. Yeah, pretty much. But I'm not talking about like that time, but I'm talking about like even before that, like even when he was world champion, like right after he lost it, or right before he won the Money in the Bank, he was still losing.
That's true. Jack Swagger is probably really overused to get other guys over.
Yeah. Okay, so right after that, we have Paige versus Alicia Fox. But, before the match starts, Alicia Fox cuts probably the bitchiest promo I've seen.
That was the greatest promo ever.
It
I would
was
have cut
like
that.
it was like the girls of this, generation. She was like, we don't like fuck you, and then, cheap shot,
That's not
and that was
PG.
it. That's I'm good for yeah. Alicia Fox's faces are not PG. They're just like the bitchiest faces I've ever seen. But I guess that's good for like an actor. And then I quite didn't I didn't see the ending. So like Paige, I know Paige won, but
She won.
off the
You know, Alicia Fox was dominating the whole match without a doubt. Easy.
yeah you know
Paige hits a single move and wins, and I feel like that's a big reason a lot of people don't like Paige because they just keep giving her really crappy matches.
that is true. But
So
but it's not like it's like WWE. Well, I mean, not Paige's fault. It's mostly WWE.
that's
It's
true,
like,
but there's a lot of ignorant people who just look at it as Paige, like as if she asks, "Oh yeah, I can have a match and then like beat someone with one move after getting murdered."
it's that is kind of dumb because Paige just debuts and you're not even like showing like her skills. The only thing you're showing is like her like finisher moves.
Yeah, like
It's,
okay, great finishing move. Can we see some other moves?
it's like she has a finisher story the whole match and then she just uses it and
In terms of WWE 2K14, she has a stored finisher from the beginning.
then
So after Alicia Fox loses, she completely rages. She starts
she
tearing
throws a
apart
fit.
the announcer table. She takes a can, shakes it up, and like sprays it into the crowd. Which, if I were in the
I
front
thought I
row,
thought that was I thought that was actually very, very amazing.
if I
I
were in the
thought
front row and I got hit by some whatever drink because of Alicia Fox, I'd be really upset because like, who do you think you are? I'm wearing this shirt. I like this shirt.
yeah, I like this shirt. Fuck you. Like I think that was so cool that
I
like
didn't.
I no, I thought that actually like gave her a lot of heat.
I
Like
like the whole getting mad part, but the whole
yeah,
thing with the soda can was like, how old are you that you need to shake a soda up
but
and spray it
okay,
into the
that's true.
crowd?
That's
And
true. But
then
I feel like that got her a lot of heat
yeah, it
somehow.
did. And she's yelled, "I'm championship material," which is like, wow, so you mad or not? And
I
then she runs away with JBL's freaking hat. Like
she
what?
does like that bitch walk
Yeah.
too.
She
She
like
does the
strutted
bitch
off
walk.
with JBL's hat, and that was the last we saw of JBL's hat. So if you know where to find JBL's hat, please contact him at JC Layfield on Twitter.
I'm surprised you know his Twitter.
I
Okay.
do know his. So following that, Daniel Bryan and comes out dressed in pretty casual clothes, in jeans and just his Yes T-shirt, and he speaks about a neck injury of his that was supposedly due to the 3 tombstones delivered by Kane on Monday Night Raw, like what, 4 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago maybe? 4? I don't know. But he says that he has surgery for Thursday. Which is weird that he has surgery, but he's not gonna get the titles removed from him. I don't know. But he was like super positive about it, which I don't see why you would be positive when you're going into neck injury, which we know of a lot of people who have had to end their careers because of neck problems.
Edge. What?
Edge, Stone Cold. Ooh, ooh. So he says, there may be a chance my career will be over, but it won't be, or whatever. And then he's like,
He's like, .
you all know my answer to the next question. Will I be back? Yes, yes. So he cuts that whole promo, or whatever, and then leaves. And
And then we have the
I,
match. We have the match
I,
of the night. What?
well, before that, I thought that it was a work and a angle. And then I go on Twitter and everyone's like, "Oh, get better soon, Daniel." You know, Dolph Ziggler tweets it. Noelle Foley, aka Mick Foley's daughter, tweets it. Some people on Instagram post stuff about how they're sad. Just like, wait, is this a angle? Am I so used to WWE just having storylines like this that I refuse to think that this is real, or
Pretty much.
what the hell? So whether it's real or not, I have no idea.
I feel like it could be real because back in TLC 2012, I believe it was, or 2013, they had to actually cancel Ryback versus CM Punk in a TLC match, and they put Team Hell No on Ryback versus The Shield. So, and CM Punk was champion, so
But that
he
could
went.
have been because, like, maybe he had a scare of possibly needing surgery, and like WWE wanted him to get checked so that he wouldn't compete. And maybe after, like, he was completely fine, so they let him compete after. But this is like, I mean, if he knows that he's gonna get neck surgery, I mean, neck surgery takes a long time to recover from. So why would you keep the belts on him? But
I don't know. Didn't Cena get an arm injury and he just came back and like. I feel like Daniel Bryan's just gonna do that. He's just like, you know what, fuck
yeah,
it,
well,
I'm just
that's
gonna come
that's
back.
John Cena, who's a complete asshole and doesn't really take his time to heal because he just wants to be back for the fans. Oh, make a wish, shabodo, do do do.
JK, I just want the money and the bitches.
Yeah,
Okay. And then, okay, so we have that, right? And then we have probably the match of the night, right?
uh,
It was the match of the night. It was Cena and Usos
it
versus the
was
White Family.
definitely maybe the longest match.
It was the match of the night. Are you
Match
serious?
of the night. I would not say that because I feel like this match has happened a million times.
What are you talking
Maybe
about?
not
What are you
in the
talking
sense
about?
of John Cena and the Usos, but the Usos and someone versus the Wyatt family. Or John
Bro,
Cena versus the Wyatt family. And they're just...
this match was good as Sheamus versus Ryback, so like spot on.
I would take Sheamus versus Ryback any day over the Usos and Cena versus
Okay, so
Wyatt's.
this was a basically basic 6-man tag match with Cena. One of the Usos get buried, and then Super Cena comes in,
Both the
and
Usos
then
get buried, and then suddenly Cena gets tagged in. 5 moves of doom.
takes all the
Take
whites
charge.
out.
Freaking shoulder tackle, back body drop or whatever, back suplex, 5 knuckle shuffle.
And White comes in and la 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 la.
That match, I think this storyline needs to have less of them facing each other.
That is true though. Like
Like Daniel Bryan
very
and
well.
Kane.
Oh,
There's not too
true.
much of them facing each other, but there's a lot of build up. Whereas not Usos, Cena and the Wyatts are just the build up is them facing each other. So it makes
Yeah,
like no
and
sense.
that doesn't work. And then I guess they just want they just slap a gimmick on the pay-per-view, and then it's just gonna be like the same match.
Yeah.
Like
Unless they put a stipulation to the match like that we haven't seen already or a match that we haven't seen in a long time, then there's no way that this match is going to be any different from the others.
I feel like Cena's holding back this rivalry. like Cena cannot even take a pinfall from Bray Wyatt, and for the fact he's just gonna call him like a hobo like the whole time, and he's just gonna be like, oh, you can follow this and that, I do, respect, loyalty, and all that. It's just like, can you be serious for like 5 seconds?
When you're against John Cena in a feud, he makes everyone believe that you hate everything that he does. Like, if you're gonna face John Cena, you better be careful, or else he's gonna be like, oh, he hates children because I do 1,000 Make-A-Wishes a year, and he hates me, so he must hate children who are sick. Like, no, that's not what it means. It means that no one likes you. Like, calm down, man.
Uh, actually, so back to the match. I really like the Usos super kicks. Like when Bray Wyatt went for the Sister Abigail and one of the Usos, I can't really tell them apart at this. You know,
Yeah, I don't think
like
any of us can. I don't know how Michael Cole does it.
I know, right? One like they both hit a super kick and then another double super kick, and Cena hits an AA and then gets the pin on Eric Rowan, and they go up on the stage, and then Bray Wyatt cuts. It's not really a promo. He just said thank you for whatever to be crazy.
Thank you for punishing me in this match.
Yeah.
Much
Okay. Bye.
appreciated.
I see you later.
And I'll see you at
Okay.
Payback when we have the 300th match against each other.
Okay. And then Evolution comes out for the next segment, and it was kind of ugh. I'm glad they didn't have Batista speak until the end. I was like, oh god. I was like, okay, Randy Orton's just gonna say the same thing. Oh, we need to end the Shield, end the Hound of Justice, and then Triple H is like, the gloves are off,
Yeah,
and then
Evolution promos are all the same.
yeah, but did
You
you
either
see?
adapt or perish.
And
Like,
then
oh,
did you?
okay, yeah, we've heard that before. Can we hear something else?
Did you see the end of Triple H's promo? He was just like, uh, "You are." Roman Reigns just attacks Triple H, and he's
Yeah,
like,
it's like mid sentence, and he just makes this weird sound. God.
I was laughing for that, and then that was kind of out of nowhere. I'm glad they didn't like come out to music, and I kind of like that when like out of nowhere like the guys come out and just like they just attack him. Like I remember once, I think it was like after WrestleMania, or I think it was like before the week of WrestleMania. Um, it was on Raw, and then Triple H was just watching Randy Orton versus Batista, and then Daniel Bryan comes out of the crowd, and then like they didn't even like show Bryan before, like he was just attacking Triple H, and like it was on Randy Orton and Batista, and Michael Cole was like, "What the hell is going on?" And then I thought that was cool, and
Maybe
then
he made the same noise that night.
but like he had no microphone.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Evolution, Shield cleared the ring, and then Evolution goes on the stage, and Batista cuts the worst promo. Like I don't know, I can't even say I was just.
Basketballs don't hold grudges. But at Payback, Evolution will make the Shield perish.
Oh my god, Batista says the most simple thing. He's like, "I'm sick of the Shield. I want Roman Reigns because you're the big guy," and that's the main event. And I thought that was gonna be boring as shit, but I guess it ended up good. Um, Roman Reigns kind of reminds me of Batista, just like a little.
They're like super similar because they're like
Yeah, both bad on mic, and then just have like
they're both bad on the mic and just
have
they're
7 moves.
mostly muscle, having like
Pretty,
5 moves.
and they were made like somewhat of the guy, or like a top stars.
They were looked at previously as just the
Top
muscle
star.
of the group, and then they end up being like the biggest star of the group.
It's just like the fuck.
Like, what just happened?
Okay, and then we have Nikki Bella versus Natalia, which was okay. Both of us didn't see much of the match,
No,
right?
I saw none of the match actually.
So, so okay. I think I watched like midway through because I don't know. Probably I fell asleep or something, and
I
then
never fell asleep.
I know you fell asleep. Um, I mean, from what I saw, it looked like they were doing a good job with the transitions. And I think you should see it. I think they did a pretty good job. And like Natalia was already a good wrestler, and like Nikki Bella is um already a good wrestler. So I mean,
She's dating John
like
Cena, so by default she's a good wrestler.
well, I mean,
Let's hope she doesn't start with five
like
moves of doom.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but like on on Total Divas, I see all the time like the Bellas are always with Daniel Bryan, and um, so Brie is married to Daniel, so you would think like Brie would actually help Nikki as well for wrestling because Daniel was helping Brie too, right? Right? So I think they gotten better. I think Nikki and Brie have gotten better in wrestling. The only thing is that Brie is a horrible actor, and
She needs
it's
to
just awful.
well, she needs to get some acting classes from Dave Batista.
Like what? Remember that AJ pipe bomb? Like she's I think she said like you guys got your own reality show because you weren't cut enough to act, and that was so true. It's like I didn't like think they were that bad until like today. Uh, I realized what she meant now, and that was a big shoot. And then we have okay for the next segment. Oh wait, I forgot to mention okay, the divas were ringside, right? They actually had like freaking like little cards or to rate the mat or rate the moves. Like Natalia would go for like a suplex, and then they would give like a 6 or something. So then Nikki Bella wins with a roll up, and they all give tens for some reason. And then Natalia has another stupid gimmick next to Farty Natty, and they give Nikki Bella a 10, and they celebrate with her. And Natalia grabs the paper of the 10 rating, and she rips it up, and she looks sad, and they hurt her feelings, and it's just
So she went from farting to now being super emotional. I
pretty
think she's
much like
pregnant.
I.
She's had a like
Yeah.
she's had like a 2 year pregnancy that's still going on. So
Pretty.
that makes sense.
Yes, Tyson Kidd, what have you done?
So let's. Oh God, that was. I would say that if I watched that, I probably wouldn't have been watching that. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
So next segment we have Sheamus versus Ryback. But first it was a singles match between Sheamus and Curtis Axel. And then it was a decent match. And then I liked how Sheamus actually used the cloverleaf again. I kind of missed that move.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
think that's the only. Yeah, I actually like that move. And the way Curtis Axel went for a dropkick off the ropes, and Sheamus caught him and made him tap out with a cloverleaf. I thought that was pretty good. I may hate Sheamus as a character, and I may hate him as like a person. No, I don't hate him as a person. I hate his character, but you can't say he's not a good wrestler. I think he's a great wrestler, but his character's shit. So, and then right after the match, when Sheamus makes Curtis Axel tap out, Ryback comes in the ring and assaults Sheamus, and we go to commercial break, and it's gonna be Sheamus versus Ryback when we come back, and then come back, and I actually thought Ryback was gonna win for a moment. Sheamus, overcomes the odds, and um, Ryback goes for a shell shock, and Sheamus gets down, bro kicks him, and that's over. And
No
I
hard
kind of want
feelings, fella.
no hard feelings, fella. By the way, I think his T-shirt is just so dumb. It literally just says "fella" in the front of his shirt. If you didn't notice that, it's like so dumb. It's oh
The
god. It's
last
like
shirt I remember Sheamus having was like
the bro
The
kick,
yeah,
the
the
bro
bro
kick.
kick one where it just has a boot
But
on it.
yeah, and then now it's just fella on it.
Wow.
Nothing but fella. No background, just says fella.
It's just a
And
black T-shirt that says fella.
and then on the back it's just like some design. I forgot what it was, but
Probably the Celtic cross.
I want to talk about Sheamus, and every time we talk about Sheamus, there's always gonna be like a big argument. Look, I feel like this was like nothing. Like, before I feel like this would have happened already, but like this is still the same. It's like he's not stepping it up. He still has "I'm gonna bro kick you, fella" character. Um, and like he's not improving. It's like the only thing they did to Sheamus was add United States champion to like the front of his name, and because they're not doing anything interesting with him, like it doesn't feel like he's champion. It feels like he's just holding the championship because Dean was not defending,
Hey
and
Dean, I'll keep this warm for you, fella. No hard feelings.
no hard feelings, fella. But uh, it's just I don't even know anymore. And they said they're gonna have Sheamus as a top face, even though they said they're gonna turn heel.
God, no, he
Um,
cannot become a face.
he's already a face,
Well, he can't
but
become the
I,
top face. I mean,
well, yeah,
because
I
then
feel like
I'd rather see kids, doing the "you can't see me" thing
that
in the front of their face than saying "fella" all day. So,
it's like, oh god, I can just imagine some kid bro kicking like over a flower vase.
so we don't like you, Sheamus. No hard feelings, fella. So after Sheamus versus Curtis Axel, and then Sheamus versus Ryback, uh, what was that? Fandango versus Dolph, right?
No. Oh well, actually, they announced Cesaro versus Sheamus on main event. And I don't understand why Sheamus wasn't on the show.
You mean
Um,
Cesaro?
Cesaro. What did I say?
Sheamus?
I mean Cesaro. They advertised him, and I was kind of confused why he wasn't even on the show. And Fandango and Jack Swagger were, and Sheamus and Curtis Axel was, and I don't understand that. And you mentioned this also that Bad News Bear wasn't even
Yeah,
on the
Bad
show
News
either.
Barrett wasn't on the show, and he's like hyping up his new T-shirt as if he's gonna promote it on television. He doesn't even show up. Like,
Like,
Barrett, where are you?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I'm promoting my T-shirt.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I forgot I was supposed to be on the show tonight.
Okay, and then after they announce that, Stephanie McMahon comes out, and before I talk about anything that she says, do you notice that she has like the most ratchet theme song in the WWE?
She
Do you notice
really
that? Like,
does. She's had like weird theme songs forever.
it's like some like it's like Sharkeisha singing like her songs. It's just so weird. She basically says like, what Triple H would always say. You're not an A+ player.
You're not an
You
A plus player.
know. And then you know, it's best for business that he's gone, and he doesn't he doesn't want to he doesn't stay for the fans, and she wanted to, and then she calls out Daniel, and then I think this is kind of cool. Like, I don't even know. Um, Kane comes out and he drags Daniel to the stage while he has like his t-shirt ripped and all that, and he's just knocked down. They get a stretcher, and then we go backstage with Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan, and Stephanie McMahon. And she looks like, God, that pose at the end though, and Brie Bella's acting is still horrible. She's like, get out,
I
and
know,
the only thing.
she's like, get out of here. And then like Stephanie looks super sad, and then they close the ambulance, and she's like, I didn't care anyways, ho.
I didn't care anywhere, ho. And then Stephanie McMahon makes like a pose. He's like, I'm like, I don't even know what she is.
Stephanie
did. Like, do you think they're gonna do anything? Like, she's gonna turn face? Like, I don't think.
I don't think she'll turn face, but what I'd really like to see would be Brie versus Stephanie. That
Ew,
sounds
but
horrible, but I would like to see that because it's been a while since Brie has had a legitimate storyline with about herself. Stephanie hasn't been in the ring for a
I
long
don't think
time,
she
so that'd be a
has had.
disaster.
I don't think she has ever had a storyline, honestly, except
No,
for
not by herself, really.
yeah.
So,
She like the other storyline was just with Nikki Bella. Like the only thing I remember from her is like being with Daniel Bryan in like 2010 when he was U.S. champ. With do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, and then Daniel Bryan was like making out with Gail Kim. That was really awkward. Okay, so after that, we have Dolph Ziggler versus Fandango, and Dolph Ziggler gets a jobber entrance. If you didn't notice that, well, actually, never mind. Did he like come out like full way? I don't think he did.
Who, Dolph?
Dolph, yeah, he just like he was in the ring already. He got the jobber entrance.
I think, yeah, he did because Fandango
Yeah,
and Layla got the other entrance, which was
yeah.
the first time I've ever seen Layla and Fandango together.
Are you
So,
serious?
yeah.
Did you see how like Layla like she's like out of control, bro. Out of control. That's not PG.
That is
Everything
not PG.
they're doing is like not okay. And then it was so basic. It was a good match. It was
I
Dolph,
liked it.
so you know it's a good match. Uh,
It was great for Dolph because he actually won. Yay!
I feel like we're just gonna get like Summer Rae versus Layla
I
soon.
feel like Summer Rae is gonna get a male superstar with her, and
Yeah, I
we'll
think
end
that
up.
would be good.
I
And the
think
men's
by
tag team match,
SummerSlam, we're gonna see Summer Rae, and some
Dolph
male
Ziggler.
superstar versus
I
Layla
feel like
and
it would be Dolph
Fandango.
Ziggler.
I
I, I,
I really wouldn't
I,
want to see that.
I don't want to see that, but I feel like they would actually do that. Or Damien Sandow, apparently.
You know who I'd like to see?
But
I'd like to
who?
see Tyler Breeze come up from NXT just to do
Tyler
that.
Breeze?
It's the perfect character. I mean, like, he resembles Fandango, but he's so different because he doesn't dance, but he's
That is
self-centered.
true. That is true. That's
So,
true.
it makes sense.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so we have Dolph winning with the zigzag after Layla. Like, what the hell happened there?
She,
She's
like, got caught in the apron with her
how
heels.
retarded is that?
She's like,
Like,
oh no, my heels caught. Fandango, save me. He wasn't even that close. He didn't really help her. He was really, like, in the center of the ring. And then Dolph comes with a zigzag and then wins. And you would think that Fandango would be mad at Layla, but
yeah,
we
and
got the
she's
complete
like,
opposite.
it was like soap opera. Like, it was like, it was worse than Total Divas. Like, that's how bad.
It was horrible.
Layla, I
I
love
love.
you.
God.
Dolph may have won, but he, you stole my heart. And,
Yeah,
they swallowed each
he
other.
was like,
And
Dolph may have stolen the win, but you stole my heart. Something stupid like that.
it's so cheesy. It's like, oh my god, that was so
That
bad.
wasn't PG either, so.
Like, it really wasn't. They were like and then JBL was like, "Cut the commercial."
That
I thought that was funny.
was genius.
That was genius. I like how JBL can like go from his favorites. I think JBL is pretty biased at moments.
JBL, like, have
He's
you seen
pretty
his
biased.
Twitter?
At times, yeah.
Like, people try to remind him, they're like, oh, you're supposed to be a heel. And he's like, gets super mad. He's like, oh, the world isn't black and white anymore. Blocked.
Oh my
He's like,
god.
oh, damn.
Okay. Okay. And then we go to the next segment, and we have Hacksaw Jim Duggan again, and
Oh,
I kind of expected
USA.
I kind of expected Furiosa to come out, honestly, and he did.
I expected, like, Tony Atlas.
Tony Atlas,
Yeah,
what
because of
the?
the stuff going on at Legends House. You've never watched Legends House, have you? It's okay, Alvin. Not all of us can get the network. I mean, Well, so basically they are like fighting in Legend's house and they hate each other. So like I expected Tony Atlas to come out and us to see like a short match, but instead Lana, the
Lana comes out.
what do they call her? The luscious Russian or whatever?
I don't really know. The only thing I can focus in this segment was Vladimir Putin. Like honestly, his face was just like, mm. Like, could you just imagine like
He was staring at
freaking?
Lana.
I feel. Oh my god. Who wouldn't? Well, I feel like. Oh my god. Could you just imagine? Freaking Jim Duggan like showing a picture of Obama. Oh my god.
This is
He's
our
just.
great leader, USA, USA,
USA.
USA. Oh.
Okay, so you know they tease for like 5 minutes that Rusev is gonna beat Jim's ass, but
He's
Big E
like,
comes out.
she's
Yeah.
like, I want you to surrender right now. And he's like,
Surrender.
USA, I guess that's the only thing Jim Duggan can say. The only things he can say is USA, ho, and tough guy.
Pretty
Like, can you say
much.
anything else, please? Like, I know that's your gimmick, but this isn't the 80s anymore, the 90s. This is 2014. You can be out of character as a legend. So
I think
Rusev snatches away the
yeah.
two by
He
four and snaps it with his freaking thigh.
I was like, what the hell, man? Oh my god. I was like, oh god. And
Duggan
then
was probably like, USA?
okay, and then Big E comes out, and then I guess he's gonna be like the American, like who like represents America in this match. Like it's gonna be like Sergeant Slaughter versus Big E, but it's gonna be like um what
Sergeant
what
Slaughter versus Big E?
I mean not Big E. I mean Hulk Hogan, but you know what I mean. I don't understand why Big E just got like trashed, but at the same time I get it how they're trying to make Rusev like tough as Big E Langston. I
Wha-
mean Big E and
why is Rusev going after all the black guys?
exactly like what the
First it
hell,
was
man.
Xavier Woods, then it was Xavier Woods and R-Truth, Kofi Kingston, Xavier
Now
Woods and R-Truth
it's Big
again,
E.
now Big E.
It's gonna be like, oh my god, all the black guys come in just like to freaking attack Rusev.
We only need
USA! USA!
USA.
A picture of Obama.
When Big E like fell out the ring, that's the only thing Hacksaw did. He was like trying to help him up, and while he was trying to help him up, he's like USA, USA, like as if Big E did anything helpful.
Well, I guess kind of, because he's kayfabe, he saved him. But that's about it.
He saved Duggan in the whole USA ho.
Okay, and we move on to the next match, and then we have Damian Sandow coming
Oh
out,
yes.
and I was so excited. Like I thought he was gonna make like the best promo ever, and then he's like, "Oh, my voice will never be heard." They're scared to hear my voice, and then when I thought he was gonna make like a great promo, and then Cody Rhodes come out. I was like, "Are you serious?" And then like Damian Sandow. Well, actually, Cody Rhodes actually pulled off a dirty move.
Yeah. So
So
that
I'm guessing
is building him up
confirmation.
for a heel.
Confirmation, yeah, it's confirmation. And hits the beautiful disaster, and I
That
was just
really made
like,
me mad that he
yeah,
got the
he
win after the
disaster kick.
disaster kick. I was like, why? You know, you're just burying Sandow after he just made a statement that could possibly lead him to a main event, but
Oh
instead you
no,
make him lose to a disaster kick. But the match was
yeah,
good. I liked it. I think it was
yeah,
good on both hands because it wasn't a squash match for Damien. It wasn't a
yeah.
squash match for Cody. It was like a
It
really
was
fast-moving match and a good outcome, I guess, for Cody.
just like a jobber ending for Damien.
Yeah, a jobbing ending for Damien, but overall it was a good match.
But I don't see where it go. Well, I guess that little eye poke was like a sign, but I really want to see Godas just like plot twist and just turn on Cody. What, like, I feel like Godas should be the heel here,
That
right?
would be perfect because everyone's like, "Oh, Cody's gonna turn heel." No, don't do that.
and then like
Trust
Goldust
me,
just
I'm
turns
an
you,
expert.
and then I'm sure you are. Okay. After this we have the Bo Dallas, promo.
The second Bo Dallas promo of the night.
Yeah, forgot to mention the first one,
Yeah,
but
well, I wrote down the quote for the first one, but I did not catch the second one. But it was like, uh, strength
I
doesn't
kind of
come from
remember.
the stuff you know how to do. Strength comes from like new experiences or some shit. I was like,
I
okay.
thought it was kind of like super weird. It was like you have to keep moving forward or you will get ran over.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
you just
I was
have
like,
to
what?
believe.
Yeah, I have to believe. I was
I
like,
swear,
what?
I love the Bo Dallas segments. I don't want him to debut just so that these can keep going, but I want him to debut so that he can say this live and be
Yeah,
like,
believe.
they're not saying boo, they're saying Bo. I just want to see him, but I don't because of these segments.
Okay, and then after the Bo Dallas Villainette, whatever you call it, we have Bray Wyatt, and basically he just challenged John Cena to the last man standing match, and after that they announced that John Cena is gonna respond on SmackDown, and everyone's gonna watch that. Like,
Yeah.
no, no.
It, we're gonna have John Cena respond on SmackDown, but we're gonna show the replays on Raw anyway.
Pretty much, yeah.
They're gonna
Like
take like 5 minutes to show the replay of him doing his stupid promo. Like, why didn't you just do it on Raw?
exactly, or at least next week on Raw, but whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have Batista versus Batista. I mean Roman Reigns.
Batista versus Batista. Yes, it is Batista versus Batista.
And it was all right. It was nothing special for a main event.
It, I think the whole idea of the match was just to do the ending. They just
Yeah,
needed
it
a
was.
excuse to do the whole end sequence.
And then we have I think it disqualified
Yeah, it was
yeah,
disqualification because Triple H
Triple H, yeah,
pulled
like
down Roman and then put him in the pedigree position.
yeah, and then he kicked him in the gun. Seth Rollins saved. And I'm glad that actually the Shield, you know, got the upper hand this
You mean they
time.
adapted?
Yes, they adapted and not, and then they perished all the jobbers.
They perished all
But
the
I
jobbers.
I hope they don't do the angle where like they job one week and then Evolution jobs and then Shield jobs. Like I feel like they should do something different though. Like I like what they did to make the Shield strong, but I feel like they should do something different, and I don't really know what, but they just need to stop with like these
Super Cenas.
super Cenas, yeah.
It's a group of Super Cenas.
And then it's kind of like the whole roster comes out, and I thought like the faces are gonna come out, clear the ring, but
Yeah,
nope.
that's what I thought. I thought like the faces would come out, help Roman Reigns, but it never happened. I was like, oh,
They're
okay.
like, or no, and then the Shield just dominate
With steel
and
chairs, so
with
they
steel chairs,
adapted by using a weapon.
pretty much, and oh my god, it was just but oh my god. And then that was it. They clear the ring, the triple power bomb Ryback for like the 1,000th
Yeah,
time.
why is it always Ryback?
Like, yeah, why is
Poor
it always
Ryback.
Ryback? Even on SmackDown, it's just like, oh
It's
my
like,
god.
all right, so you're all gonna ambush the ring, and then Shield is gonna attack all of you. Ryback, you're gonna get triple power bombed again.
Oh yeah. Like, what if they just like spin a wheel, but they only have Ryback's name on it?
They spin a wheel like with all the names, but like half of the wheel is Ryback.
Tough luck, Ryback.
Poor Ryback.
I really like Ryback though. Like, I love the big guy and like the jokes he makes, and I
His
think Ryback's
laughing is so
funny.
funny. It's like,
Like when they did the rock paper scissors and like Curtis Axel won, or they flipped the coin,
yeah,
right?
they flipped a coin.
And then Ryback was like, "Big guy out." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay."
Like, come on. I want him to start using the feed me more again, though.
Yeah,
That was really
and
cool. That's what I really liked when he debuted. That and that he's from Las Vegas, and
I think he should turn face again. That's when he was like so over.
yeah, he
Like
was
when he
really
was,
over when he debuted, and then they
and
just
then
turned him heel, and it didn't work.
and then it's just like so like when he turned heel, he got like a big pop because I don't know. And then like right after he cut like a weird ass promo like you're Superman, I'm Kryptonite. And I was like, what? That was kind of um
Did he cut like an Ultimate Warrior promo?
I
The
guess.
rocket is the spaceship is out of rocket fuel.
Oh my god. Okay, so
That
I kind of
ended
want to
the
talk,
night.
but Batista though, like Batista's
Ugh.
beard is just so ugh,
Why is
and
it
then
so
he has like
weird?
this, he has like the small trunks. It's like oh god,
He needs
and then
some help.
he needs like he needs like Triple H's trunks, cause
Triple
and then
H's
like
are
he needs.
trunks are really small too,
What
though.
are you talking
Like
about? They're like
they
super. Have you?
squeeze his body, like his body is overlapping his trunks like all
Well,
the
like
time.
remember when Michael Cole wore it? It was like so big. So I was like, I always thought that it was big. So um, so that was the end.
That
The Shield got the brand, and do you think? I think it was on the right show.
I think really the only good parts, in my opinion, were they're building a little bit on Damien. They're building a little on Alicia. They're building more with Adam Rose um and Swagger, and they're kind of going to the end of Evolution versus the Shield, I feel.
Well, hopefully,
So
because
those
Batista's leaving anyways, right?
yeah, I heard that he's gonna leave real soon, and I
I
hope
thank
they
God.
don't continue
Thank
Evolution.
God. It's like so many people asking for him to return, and now we're just like, get the fuck out of
Everyone
here.
when like the first like video clips showing like, oh, the animal is back or the animal returns January 20th or whatever.
Yeah, it was
Everyone was
like
like, oh, Batista's coming back. He comes back and he wins the Royal Rumble and everyone just suddenly hates him.
because like we know who wanted to win, but yeah, I guess even though like it ended up like good, like all of what we wanted, it's kind of weird that we still hate him.
Yeah.
But like we hate him because like the things he does and the thing, everything. His look is horrible too. It's it's so bad. It's like his acting is horrible. Like he can barely wrestle. Like like he can barely hit a good spine buster these days. His Batista bombs are not even that good anymore. Oh god, it's just so bad. Batista just needs to get out. And like you said, he's becoming a movie star. Like I feel like The Rock is he's even better than Batista.
Yeah,
And
without a
I,
doubt.
I don't even like The Rock that much, but you know,
John
but
Cena's acting skills were better than
the
Batista's.
Randy Orton's acting skills are a lot better. Like
I've never seen a Randy Orton film, so I
I've
wouldn't
seen
know.
12 rounds too, and it was all right. It was super weird though. It was like I'm pretty sure it was rated R. I don't even want to talk about Twitter about those movies, but
I think like the WWE studio films that are really good are the ones that aren't like focused mainly on the WWE superstars. Like there's this horror film they produced with like this mirror, I guess. Was that them?
I
I want to
don't
say that's
know.
them. I think it was. And like I was watching the trailer and I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty interesting. And I'm not a big horror movie guy. They don't interest me that much. But this one was like, wow, this actually looks pretty interesting. And I didn't see a single wrestler in the trailer. And then at the end I just see WWE Studios. I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, what?
WWE Studios did this? I gotta see this. I've never seen it yet though, so.
Oh well. The only movie that was bad, I think, was actually never mind because there's like this boxing movie. I'm pretty sure people would hate it, but it's like this kid was like going into high school and he like he liked boxing and Stone Cold was like the janitor and he was like an old boxer, and he trained the kid, and then the kid, you know, like won his match or
The kid
whatever.
was like, "Janitor, please tell me the key to success for boxing." Well, let me tell you, you just gotta put a mud hole in his ass, open a can of whoop ass, give me a hell yeah, throw me a beer, 316, arrive, raise hell, leave. That's what you gotta do.
Okay, so that's probably the end of the Raw
That is
review,
that.
right?
That was the end of the Raw, so I give that Raw a 6 out of 10.
I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So, follow us on Twitter, please, because if you are
Because we love you.
subscribed, but you don't usually go on YouTube, and you want to know, oh, when's the video up? Follow us on
My
Twitter.
ass.
Follow Alvin on Twitter, twitter.com/AlvinAlpha.
It's
Follow me on
actually
Twitter,
at.
twitter.com/XXOMGXX, which we'll write this all in the description. So follow me on Instagram too, at the Wrestling Mark,
Alright.
and subscribe if you want to
Subscribe, like this video,
like.
and please watch our other reviews that are coming
Please
up.
do.
We're gonna do Raw reviews and NXT reviews and maybe TNA reviews.
Never
If you
SmackDown.
never,
Maybe
no,
I'll do main event every once in a while because I do watch main event every once in a while.
yeah, you know,
Comment and tell us what you want to see, and that'll help
yes.
us better craft into your liking. Unless you say like do something that we don't want to do, then we won't do it. If you're like, oh,
Please like,
review,
please like this video because did you know that if you like a video, it actually like pops up on the YouTube thing. Like it actually like gets you more recognition.
really? I did not know
Yeah,
that. I'm
so
not.
that's what I'm pretty sure that's yeah. I
I'm not
just
that good
learned that
with
today.
YouTube. You just learned that today.
Well, I think I learned that a long time ago. Or I just remembered that, I guess. Okay. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching.
I love you.